Hey guys, Later Magic here. It's time for another great OBA card, overlooked but awesome. And this one's actually coming out of Commander 2020. It was technically reprinted in Commander Masters, but then that's it. So we're stretching it a little bit with the definition here, considering it's $50. But with only being printed once, and a lot of people don't touch those products because, I don't need WotC to build my deck for me, thanks. Kind of like the whole thing about Commander and deck building. So this may have flown under some people's radars, but boy, you're in for a surprise if you've never seen this one. Let me introduce you to Fierce Guardianship. It's a 3-cost single blue counterspell that says counter target non-creature spell. Okay, so it's non-creature only. So, okay, it's 1 mana worse than negate, except if you control a commander, you may cast the spell without paying its mana cost. So it's a 100% free counterspell. Now, they've been doing stuff like this. They recently printed basically dual lands, but they only work in Commander, I guess, arguably. I mean, Sea of Clouds, the exact phrasing is, it enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents, which would generally be multiplayer Commander, and then you've got a $375 Tundra for $5. And it makes sense because people are getting priced out of Commander if they just want a functioning land base. So now they've expanded, the popularity of that, which was primarily in Battle Bond, to, well, let's print like Pact of Negation. So actually, look at that one. Counter target spell for 0. At the beginning of your next upkeep, pay 5. If you don't, you lose the game. So that's a little harsh. That's more of like a legacy glass cannon. I need to stop it. I'm going to win on your turn anyway type of thing. And then, of course, Force of Will, the one everybody thinks of. So it's a 5-cost counterspell that counters any spell of any type, unlike this one. And you may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay its cost. So that is a true free counterspell. You can cast that for 0. You can cast it when you have 0 mana available. I mean, yeah, you're getting rid of a card, but if you really want that spell gone. So this is just Force of Will Light Edition. And I just gotta throw this one in, Daze. You may return an island you control to its owner's hand instead of paying Daze's mana cost, and then just counter any target spell unless its controller pays 1. They probably have 1 open unless it's like, some real super tight format like Legacy or Vintage. But if you know they don't, you've got a free counter spell. Now, Daze is about $3, okay, because it's not really that good. Pact of Negation is down to about 15 because nobody plays Vintage. And the cheapest Force of Will right now retail is about 65 to $70. So they don't want people getting priced out of Commander and saying, hey, I want to upgrade my deck, but they also want to sell the new stuff that comes out. So that's why they're printing stuff like this in the Commander-only sets and kind of with wording locking it into Commander. I fully expect to see a version of Fierce Guardianship that can counter any spell, and they just add a couple more caveats to it, like maybe do make you return a land to hand, do like a Super Daze. I don't think they need to make a $3 card more accessible, but I'm trying to think how they would probably do it. Maybe cost 1 generic less for every commander in play? Maybe like devotion level on your commander, but that would lock it down. I don't know. This is why I don't design cards. But it's only a matter of time, I'm just saying. Now, the best thing about this is you can just pay 3. There you go. Now, I gotta say, I'm kind of a casual blue player. I'm not like, I'm gonna shut down everything my opponent does, which is not blue play. That is blue, white, black play that you're thinking of, FYI. I'm a traditional blue player. I'm gonna have 10 or 12 counter spells and then try and do something while you're not. And very, very tastefully and wisely counter whatever you're doing that I might lose to. But that said, I'm going to have a smile so wide I could eat a banana sideways if I disrupt your stupid little glass cannon combo and your deck falls apart, all because I cast this for 0. And that's why it is such a fun card. Would I drop 50 on it? Absolutely not. Not saying you should do a little inkjet version of it or something else, but, if it ain't sanctioned play, I'm going to tell you what sanctions I'm recommending or what WotC recommends. I mean, you might own a Sharpie, I'm just saying. But anyway, thought I'd point this out because I actually looked up a couple like, top 10, top 20, top 5, whatever, lists of counterspells in the game. And this ain't even on most of them. You want to talk about under people's radar, but like I said, it was printed effectively 1 time and that was it. So if you didn't look into the exact full deck list of that one deck, you may be unaware that this exists. Except for now you're not. So hey, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the playlist to discover more cards that may be overlooked and yet awesome. Hey, it's almost like that's the title. I'll see you guys next time.